Well, that wasn't worth it.
It's a little crazy out right now.
Fish on! Well, that portage friggin' sucked. Hey everyone, Alex and Jess here from Tents and Timber.
And welcome to the Barron Canyon.
We just arrived here at the Squirrel Rapids parking lot in Algonquin Provincial Park. We have our brand new canoe behind us, ready for its very first backcountry canoe trip. And if you've watched any of our videos before, you know what's first.
Pizza bagel lunch.
So we're just sitting on a picnic table, just collecting ourselves after a very long 7-hour drive in and out of the rain the entire way. And we have 6 days ahead of us of paddling around and up the very popular Barron Canyon.
The sun is shining on us right now. We're so excited to put in the sun. We're going to see what the weather brings for us the next couple of days. Hopefully the weather network is right and we get some beautiful weather.
Tomorrow it is calling for a lot of rain, so we're hopeful that that is incorrect.
The weather network always changes, right?
We were pumped for some fishing, for some rapids.
Swimming.
Lots of swimming. It's supposed to be perfect weather-wise other than tomorrow.
Oh, get out of here, chipmunk.
Oh, now we have a chipmunk.
That's our pizza bagels. We are going to enjoy some pizza bagels for lunch, and we are going to get our canoe in the water and our paddles in the water, and we are going to go travel to our first campsite for the night.
So not a big travel day today. It was more so driving. We just have about an hour of paddling and one short portage to hopefully locate a campsite. But that's always the fun here in Algonquin, is you never know where that campsite's going to be. So we're going to sit back, enjoy some pizza bagels, and then load the canoe up.
What did happen to the last 10? I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again. It's kind of funny that the more we pass time, the more we need to set them rewind. And 19 was the year I had to leave you, but now I'm seeing all the signs. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you.
We're in. All right. Oh, this already feels good. 2:15. The starting time. Only have an hour to go today, so we do our campsite by 3:15. If my math is correct. First portage complete.
Fish jumped.
Fish just jumped right there?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's already better. Well, we just pulled up at a campsite. Let's go check it out. This looks like a pretty good site. There's a really nice fire pit overlooking the water with some good logs around it, and so even some grates that allow us to cook our corn for dinner tonight. There's really only one flat tent pad, which is totally fine. We only have one tent anyway, and the wind is blowing directly at us, so that'll keep any bugs away. So I think we found our home for tonight. Now it's time to unpack the canoe and get our tent set up. What just happened?
A storm just blew in, like blew. It's a little crazy out right now. I have no clue what. You put up a tarp, I think it's just dangling right now. Yeah, we're getting pelted with rain.
So we've been on our site for maybe an hour, and we could see this dark cloud coming in, so we hustled to get the tent set up. We even put up the tarp, but this wall of rain and wind just smashed into us like 2 minutes ago, and I think it's already ripped the tarp right down. But we're just kind of waiting it out. There was blue skies in behind it. It was just one big wall, and it already sounds like it might be done. So hopefully there's not more to follow. So this is the aftermath of the tent. 2 of the pegs ripped out in that storm. I had them actually wedged under roots and everything. So it was a pretty high wall of wind that just smashed into us, and it sent the peg that was pegged in over there on that side right here and smashed it into the ground. This was not here. This was wedged in right here, holding down this corner of the tarp. That is the craziest thing I've ever seen. And now the sun's coming out. It's not camping unless it rains a little bit.
We are roasting hot dogs. Quintessential camping meal.
Well, luckily the rainstorm only lasted about 45 minutes, but it absolutely soaked everything, so it's made getting a fire going a little bit challenging tonight. However, it's going now. Jess has some hot dogs over, and I'm just gonna get the corn ready, and we're gonna cook that over the fire as well. Cheers. Well, it is the morning of day 2. It is very, very calm out there. This morning, a little bit of mist floating over the river, which is really pretty. However, the weatherman yesterday was calling for a significant amount of rain around 10 a.m. this morning. So we set the alarm. It's just before 6 a.m. at the moment. And we'd originally planned to have bacon and eggs for breakfast this morning. But we were like, should we just get on the water? Should we just get moving? See if we can beat the rain, get to our campsite, get all set up before this rain happens. Because we only have about 3.5 hours of travel time today if we really pushed it. Although we do have some pretty long portages ahead of us as well. And just ahead of us here is the actual Barron Canyon. The 100-meter high cliffs that we get to paddle through, which is the whole reason that we're here. So we don't really want to paddle and just zip right past that. But at the same time, the amount of rain that's coming is possibly a significant amount. At the moment, there's clear skies above our head. So I think we're gonna risk it. We're gonna fire up some bacon and eggs this morning, fuel our bellies, and at least if we do get soaked as we're traveling today, we'll have full bellies of bacon and eggs.
Breakfast is served.
Yeah, dig in. I'm gonna hear your tummy growling already.
I know. Thanks for cooking. Hot.
Yeah, that's really hot still. Ready?
Yep.
All right, let's go. Well, the morning was just too beautiful not to take our time and enjoy, which might have been a big mistake. There is a giant black cloud right in front of us, blowing right towards us, and we will have to paddle into a decent headwind all the way up the Barron Canyon River here. Seagull over there?
Yeah.
Enjoying the sunshine. We got the sun at our back and the clouds in our front. But hopefully we can enjoy the views of the Barron Canyon before the rain catches us.
Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 do something from nothing. I sit here looking for an answer. Maybe the biggest question was in the last chapter. You gave me the soul I have today. Without you, I never could have moved away. But now I seek what you teach. I do believe.
This has been a beautiful morning. Cliffs are just towering over you. It's almost dizzying to constantly be looking up at them. Luckily the wind hasn't picked up anymore, but there are some clouds that keep, some dark clouds that keep drifting over top of us. We can see them up ahead again. Hopefully it's all for nothing. The sun keeps dipping in behind some pretty dark ones. But right now the sun is just kissing these walls and it is just really making them stand out. It has been a beautiful morning and we're pumped because we actually get to come right back down here in a couple days. Hoping to spend some time, do some fishing then. But today with the threat of rain, we're gonna keep the fishing rods stashed away. I know the camera doesn't do it justice, but these are some pretty sheer, tall cliffs. A couple scree slopes as well, just a bunch of crumbled rock that's fallen down the slopes and piled down here at the river's edge. Definitely looks like some good spots to do some fishing. We got a bunch of lily pads over here. What do you think? Biggest fish competition on the way home or what? Yeah, I know Jess is gonna win. I don't even know why I bring that up. All right, Jess and I found the first portage of the morning right here at the base of these little swift current, but it's definitely too shallow to paddle or line up with our brand new canoe. We're gonna hop out. I don't think it's a very long one, and make our way across, and then we got 3 more after this one. Well, we have already powered through 3 portages this morning, getting up and moving was definitely the right move. It's only 10:45. Currently, the sun is shining, which is baffling us. You know, the rain was supposed to start around 10, but again, in the direction that we're facing, there are definitely some black clouds. The last portage, the sun completely went away. I had to change to this, got rid of the sunglasses so we could see, because it got really dark. But we're just standing in front of our final portage of the day, another 710 meters. The last one was 750, and we blew through it in one shot. Didn't even have to stop partway. So we were both feeling fantastic. We got one portage, and then we'll be at our campsite for the night. So I think we'll beat that. That's looking pretty dark.
We'll be fine. It's all good.
So we're gonna hustle across this one, get straight to finding a campsite. There's only 2 campsites on Cork Lake, which is where we're headed. So we're gonna pick out the best one, set up camp, buckle down, set up the tarp and everything, just in case we do get hit with these black clouds that are moving pretty fast as we're talking right now. So
Yeah, well, and we're just gonna enjoy the day. We'll dry if we get a little bit wet from the rain. So
absolutely, if this sun stays out, it'll be a fantastic day. But we're gonna get prepared just in case those black clouds do catch us.
Yep.
All right, let's get boogieing. Crushed it. Yeah.
That felt longer than the last one.
Is that a loon from right here in front of us? Yeah.
Yeah. And buggier.
No,
Opalescent to Cork. Buggy for me.
definitely the easiest portage so far. Like very, very flat. However, it was much narrower of a trail in comparison to all the others.
Less traveled for sure.
The first 3 portages that we took this morning, very technical, lots of rocks, lots of roots, and some good steep climbs. This one, relatively flat for the most part. Actually, a lot of the rock, it was just like perfectly smooth rock that we were walking along. But yeah, feels nice to be done portaging for the day.
We're on our lake.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Found our site.
So those are the dark clouds. So
we're gonna keep moving.
it looks like a beautiful lake. We have a nice big rock wall right here in front of us, but we are headed all the way to the other end of the lake. That's where the 2 campsites are supposed to be located. Looks like we're headed into a slight headwind, but hopefully we can outrun these dark clouds because they're looking meaner and meaner.
We're golden. We got this.
All right. Let's go, baby. Well, that didn't take long. We are only a couple 100 feet from that portage spot and it has just started sprinkling. Thought we'd have another 15-20 minutes, but it is what it is. Well, this is gonna be a tight one. You can see the wall of rain behind us in the tree. Here comes the rain. Right on cue. Well, that was pretty wild. We barely made it under that tarp. The tarp was not set up very well. The pegs were barely in the ground, and we just got smashed with a good wall of rain for the last 15-20 minutes. There is currently blue sky above us, which is crazy. We're going to take that opportunity to hopefully get a tent set up underneath this tarp before more rain potentially comes. It was calling for rain all day long today and right into the evening. So we're expecting more. Hopefully it's not as intense as that, but hopefully we can get a little bit more prepared. We were just huddled under the tarp like Jessica is doing right now. All right, let's fix this tarp. Let's get it up a little higher and get the tent set up.
Yep.
A few claps of thunder have gone over. Airplane flying over right now had us a little worried. That cloud's even darker down there than the last one. The sun out right now is very deceiving. It's probably making it look like we're amped up for nothing, trying to make some drama. But yeah, that rainstorm was pretty intense, and I'm expecting another one. Here it comes again.
After the first really big storm, there was another storm that came through, so we just popped in the tent and had a quick nap. The clouds have been looking like they've been threatening rain since, but we've had a couple of hours of rain-free time, which has been really nice to spend at this campsite. Now we are going to boil some water to make a backpacker's pantry meal. We're keeping it easy tonight. We did have a little bit of a situation with a couple of chipmunks, but that is on us because we left our food bag down when we went for a swim, and we came back and they were trying to get our delicious food that we had dehydrated. So the food bag is now up and we're being extremely cautious. We will not be opening or enjoying this in the tent. We're just using the tent really for a windbreak right now because the wind's so nasty. We will be enjoying this over on some rocks. So the chipmunks, when we caught them, they did get through the dry bag, but they didn't get through it to any of our food, thankfully. But I did have to empty out the food bag. I duct taped the inside and then the outside, and hopefully that'll hold for the few days that we're out here. A lot of people use blue barrels, like those big barrels for food and things like that, and I can see why, because they don't have to worry so much about critters. But I think what I'm really sad about the whole experience is that we were trying to shoo the chipmunks away and they thought that we were going to be giving them food. So obviously they have been fed by campers, so they're coming around more looking for food. It's our fault for leaving our food bag down unattended, but I'm really sad that the chipmunks are so friendly. I'd rather them not be. So tonight we are having a backpacker's pantry fettuccine alfredo.
I think what's making this so delicious is this view. We've climbed up to the big cliff rock face here. We've got fire pit behind us, big tree just above us. But what's in front of us is the entire view of the lake. Our campsite, the other campers down here. Right across from us is our portage tomorrow morning. Beautiful sun setting just beyond the trees. And then the portage that we came from earlier this afternoon. Also some looming dark clouds that look like they're raining off in the distance. So it's going to be another chill night tonight. Tomorrow is going to be a big day. Hoping to get in some fishing tomorrow. Hopefully we don't have to worry about any rain or anything like that.
Tomorrow we get to stay on the next campsite for 2 nights. We are doing a rest day, which we're looking forward to.
So there's some other special things that come with that rest day. There's some day trips that we'd like to do from there that we're pretty pumped about. But for tonight, we are just gonna take it easy. We're gonna enjoy the rest of this meal, take in as much of this sunset as we possibly can, and then probably turn in as soon as that sun dips below the tree line there, do some journaling in the tent, and yeah, we'll catch you all in the morning. Well, we thought we were done with the rain, but here it comes again. Luckily, our teeth are brushed, everything's packed away. We're gonna climb into the tent. It's just around 8 o'clock. Woke up to cloudy skies this morning and just taking our time. And today shouldn't be too difficult of a day. We only have to travel just over 3 hours and should be a little less than 10 kilometers. It was supposed to be sunny for the next couple of days. So I'm just getting the oatmeal together for breakfast. Jess is actually chopping up lunch. We find that, you know, chopping the salami and the cheese and getting all that prepped now makes it way easier later in case it is raining or something that's less that we have to do. So we're just gonna let our tent and tarp dry out over the line while we enjoy some hot oatmeal on this cool morning down by the lake. Okay, you're good. All right, not bad. It is 9:24. I already feel hot.
Yeah. No, not really, but
I feel warm. It feels warmer out here.
we just completed the portage from Cork Lake into Length Lake. If I could name this portage, I would call it unmaintained. It was marked to be 2,225 meters, and it felt like that distance.
Not much of a trail on this one. Okay, let's keep going.
I'd say 2/3 of it was pretty good, a little overgrown, but not too bad. The first third from Cork Lake and heading down into Length was really overgrown, pretty much unmaintained. We actually had to thread the canoe through an underpass of a tree just because of it hasn't been maintained. Obviously it's not used all that often, but overall not too bad other than the distance.
Ready to get back on the water, give our legs a break, use our arms again. Okay, step it in. All right, what the heck should we use? Well, we were just making our way up Length Lake, which isn't all that long, and there's fish surfacing all around us. So we got the rods out, got a little MEPS here, and we're gonna see if we can catch anything. Supposedly this lake is stocked every couple of years with brook trout, so see what we can do. Fish on! Yes! Oh my God. What? Beautiful. Didn't bring a net. We just pulled off onto one of the campsites here on Length Lake. We were able to hook into one brook trout. Got off before I could get in the boat, which is what I was hoping for. I don't really like to remove brook trout from the lake if we don't need to. We're just doing catch and release today. So it is just about lunchtime. We're gonna make ourselves up some salami and cheese wraps. And our water filter isn't working that fantastic at the moment. So I have one tab here to put in the water. We didn't filter this one. Let her sit for half an hour.
Well, and that's why you always bring tabs with you. Even as much as you trust your gear, tabs don't weigh anything to bring it, and it's just in case your filter craps out. If you drop it in the middle of the lake, have tabs.
It's always good to have a backup of some sort. We actually have a great view right now. It's not a huge lake, but this site is covered with beautiful little flowers. We have some purple flowers, some orange ones, some white ones. Yeah, it's a great little spot.
It's a cute little lake.
Cheers to salami wraps.
Cheers. Oops, sorry.
That's just me.
Oh my God.
Well, that portage friggin' sucked. It was the portage from Marie to St. Andrew, 700 meters or so. And we got annihilated by a couple bumblebees. Hornets, whatever, I'm not sure. We were walking down this really, really steep incline, really rocky, and Jess was up ahead of me, I had the canoe on my head, and I could just see this chipmunk like tumbling down the hill towards her. And I'm thinking, okay, it's diseased, it's gonna be, distemper or something, it could bite us. So I'm telling her to kind of be careful, but hurry at the same time. And then all of a sudden she says she got bit by something right up under her arm. And then a few minutes later, I felt one right on my wrist. And then we thought we were through the bees. And then like 5 minutes later, I got tagged again, right where my shoe meets my foot. So rubbing right there. And then another one on the back of my calf. That was not pleasant. There was nowhere to set the canoe down. It was just like a super steep hill. We are now sitting at the lake. So we've just got to the end. We've got some hydrocortisone cream, putting that on. Grateful that we're not allergic to bumblebees. The only thing I can figure with that poor chipmunk is it maybe got stung on the head a couple times and it was just rolling down the hill to try and get away from him. I'm not sure, but it definitely looked not happy.
Ouch.
That's a good one. Oh, just right there.
Where is it?
That little red dot right there, but whew.
Where's your...
Okay, let's take a break. We got a short little paddle to our last portage.
Next spot.
We're just testing out tent pad locations. Last night we were pretty angled, so we kept sliding down into our feet essentially and hitting the bottom of our tent. So we found the best way is just grab our tent pad, our ground sheet, and put that down and just have a lie on it and check it out. So we made it to our campsite for the night. It took us about 6 hours or so today, but we did do some fishing and enjoyed ourselves and had a picnic on a campsite. So it looks like there's maybe 3 possible tent pad locations on this campsite here on Highfalls Lake. And we're just going to test them all out. That one had the benefit of being right close to the water, so that's always a plus. Good views. We're going to test one up closer to the fire pit, and then there's another one kind of up a bit of a climb. So that's the only issue with that one, is you're climbing up and down, and we got to bring all of our gear up there. So we'll test them, see which one we like best. So Jess is giving the first one a 7, this one an 8. The next one is just up that hill there. All right, we're going with tent pad location number 2.
Alex and I have the tent all set up, and now we are going to unload everything, get our sleeping pads, sleeping bags, and all of our gear in the tent. Sleeping bags, sleeping pads, liners.
Wow. What is happening? Fish on, by the way. I don't know if I foul hooked him or what, but he is powerful. No, it's just a good size. All right, foul hooked, but still a good size nonetheless. So we're gonna release him.
Alex and I just went and we collected some firewood and we got a little bit of fishing in, and now we're going to enjoy a cup of hot chocolate and then get dinner soaking. So it's cooking with Jess because we have this beautiful table, just the right height. When do you get this camping? Let's go.
Wow. Jess made us a feast tonight here on Highfalls Lake, just across from us. In 2016, there was a forest fire over there. They actually closed this lake down for I believe just shy of a month. So we paddled over there earlier, picked up a bunch of the dead branches that were just scattered all over the rock. There is not much growing. The trees and shrubs that are over there currently are still not even as tall as Jess is. So it's gonna take a long time to regenerate, and there's a ton of dried twigs over there. So we just grabbed a handful, loaded the canoe, and it was perfect for getting the fire going tonight.
Almost being slightly bigger, but.
That was close. Just went out for a morning fish, came out on this tiny little peninsula, fished out there for a little bit, not much luck, a couple little small bass. But now I'm on my way back, and in order to get back the exact same way I came, there is a wasp nest in the ground here, and you can just see hundreds of bees. So I'm gonna go really quick. I'm not gonna film it, but I got a few pictures with my phone. I don't know how they'll turn out, but I'm just gonna zip right by. Just gonna screw around this thing. Come on, fish around.
For breakfast this morning, Alex and I are enjoying oatmeal from the Oat Company. They are a Canadian brand, and we get to enjoy cinnamon toast oatmeal and snowball oatmeal this morning. Excited.
What do we got? What are the flavors?
That one's mine.
It looks so chocolatey.
I know, that one's snowball, this one's cinnamon toast.
Oh, you can really smell the coconut in
I know.
yours. Oh, wait, well, are you hungry?
My tummy grumbled.
Definitely smells like, I can smell the cinnamon toast.
Very good.
It's morning of day 4. Pretty lazy one today. Today we don't have to move anywhere. Although we are going to move somewhere. Oop, chipmunk. Chipmunk's coming to say hello too.
You can really tell that this site and this whole campground has had a lot of human activity. We're finding that the chipmunks are too friendly for our liking. And we are having to be really mindful with our food at all times because they're very curious about us.
There is a natural water slide and some good waterfalls not too far away. Now I say not too far away, it could be an hour and a half paddle and portage to get there, or we're hoping there's maybe a little side trail along the portage that we took yesterday. So we're gonna go exploring and see what we can find. We're bringing the fishing rods, we have our bathing suits. We're just gonna enjoy our oatmeal for a few more minutes, and then we're gonna get on the water.
Let's do it.
All right. Coming in.
Waterfall number 1.
Probably one of the loudest, but definitely the coolest spots to stop for a picnic. We are at the top of a very tall waterfall overlooking an entire lake right now. It is beautiful. We're sitting in the shade. It's already hot out. Just sitting with our feet in the water right now. It's great. Salami and cheese wraps for lunch, of course. Well, we had an absolute blast sliding down the waterfalls, jumping off the jumping rocks, and now we're just headed back to Highfalls. Gonna go to the bottom. Brought the fishing rod with me. We're gonna try some fishing down there, and if there's no fish, then we're gonna go swimming. But in order to get there, it's a little bit of an adventure. Pretty cool cave under here. Oh, it's got a frog in its mouth. Gross. Feel bad for that frog, but I guess that's just life. I'll spare you the gory, gruesome video footage of it.
Waterfall, I'm not sure they're all beautiful. 4, 5?
Another one right over there.
Waterfall Lane.
Lots of little ones.
back from our adventure. We've got dinner boiling on now, and I can't kind of stop feeling where I got bit yesterday on my arm, whether it was a hornet or a bee or whatever it is. I'm having a bit of a reaction to it. I can see the sting site perfectly, and it had about a 3-inch diameter ring around it. Well, not ring, but like a red patch this morning. It's really hot. So we drew some lines on it, and now we redrew them because the site's gotten a lot bigger. So I've taken a Benadryl. Hopefully that helps overnight. But if not, tomorrow morning we'll have to make the decision. We might have to leave, paddle right out, and get this tended to, because I don't want to risk it. So yeah, if you look at my arm, I got bitten right here. This was the initial ring that I had, and now these are the faint marks from earlier today, and now you can see it's kind of gone down another couple of inches. So hopefully the Benadryl, the antihistamine, does its magic, and we can keep our adventure going tomorrow.
So despite Jess's arm, we did have quite the adventure today. That is the high thing on our mind, but we still can't stop thinking about how awesome of a day we had. We were able to find a small trail off of the portage between St. Andrew Lake and Highfalls Lake. Highfalls is where we are right now. There's a faint trail that actually allowed us to hike all the way to the natural water slide and a very impressive waterfall. This trail saved us about an hour and a half to 2 hours of paddling and portaging to get around to the other side. And thankfully, to Maps by Jeff, he had a faint little line drawn on there to show the trail that we were able to follow. Right now, there is not a cloud in the sky. The sun has just set behind the tree line. We'll still have another couple hours of light. And so we're going to just sit back, relax, read, enjoy this delicious meal that Jess is currently working on. Nice rice curry dish, and then call it a night. We have another big day ahead of us tomorrow, so we're gonna get to bed in good time and hopefully get up and on the water and try and beat some of the heat. If tomorrow is as hot as it was today, we really had to slow down in the afternoon due to the heat. We were finding ourselves just dunking our heads in the water and putting our feet in the water just to cool off. So beautiful weather, cannot complain. Definitely way better than the rain we had earlier. But we do have to be leery of the sun and keep ourselves protected. So for now, dinner time.
It is the start of day 5, and we are all packed down and about to paddle down to the first portage into Ooze Lake this morning. Alex and I had a bit of a conversation regarding my arm. As you saw yesterday, my bite of whatever got me on the trail has expanded, and last night it's almost like my arm kept going to sleep and I have a little bit of tingling. It's better now that I'm up and moving around, but it's still not optimal. We have 2 choices that we could do. We could go up the Cascades, get to the Brigham Put-in, and hope to hitchhike back to our car, or we can do the 4 hours just back to our car. I feel like either way is going to take the same time as if we just did our original plan. So the original plan today was to stay the night on the Barron Canyon for our last night with a 1 hour travel day to head back to our car. So we're going to stick to the original plan. We're going to do the original, we have 4 portages to do, and then we'll assess nearing the campsites what we're going to do. If we're going to stay one additional night, or depending on my arm, we might just do the 4 hours, get to our car, and maybe get some medical attention today. We aren't ones to really take big risks with things, and my arm, especially my dominant arm, isn't something that I want to mess around with. We are monitoring it. It hasn't expanded nearly the same amount as it did yesterday, but it's just hot to the touch, which is kind of concerning. I have never had anything like this before, so I'm not sure perhaps if I'm allergic to whatever stung me, because I can't say I've had a lot of bee or hornet bites over the years. So that's the current plan. We're ready to go. We're going to keep positive the whole time and enjoy the day.
I know some of you out there might be watching, especially my mother, and she's probably like, that's infected or that's this, and you got to get to the hospital right now. But at the moment, we don't know any better.
Yeah.
So we are the only option for us, shy of pushing our emergency button, which I do not believe we're that far into this yet.
Well, and I don't think that this is that necessary yet. I did take a Benadryl last night, but I definitely cannot take it during the daytime. Let's just say I had to go to bed right after. So that's not something that I can risk taking today, especially doing 4 portages.
So yeah, we're staying positive. We're all packed down. It is 8:20. We had some oatmeal. We enjoyed some hot chocolate. We enjoyed the beautiful morning.
Yep.
It's 14 degrees. The sun is out. There's no clouds overhead. It's so difficult not to just
enjoy the day.
Enjoy it. But at the same time, we both feel rushed in a sense that we want to get Jess out, and we want to get us far down and back and close to our car just in case it does get worse quick for any reason. You know, it is spreading, so that is quite concerning to both of us. So goodbye, campsite. We've just left our campsite here on Highfalls Lake, and we're paddling past an area where there was a forest fire in 2016, so not long ago. But it still has a very eerie vibe to it. There is not much regrowth going on, and just a ton of dead trees. It really makes you appreciate like how slow these forests grow out here on all this rock. It takes a very, very long time. So when we come in here and grab wood for our campfires and whatnot, how old some of that wood can be is just crazy. It is also glassy flat out here this morning. It is beautiful. Sun is out.
Good?
Yep. We're already on the second portage of the day. First one was a nice 300-meter warm-up. We are now on to a 600-meter, and then followed by over 700-meter portage, and then 2 more after that. So far they're nice and easy, nice and wide. There was a bit of poison ivy on that first portage between Highfalls Lake and Ooze Lake. I haven't seen any on this one yet. Thought we'd stop for a fruit bar before this big, long, over 700-meter portage. Third one of the day, feeling good. Got tagged with a few mosquitoes on that last one.
Well,
yeah.
It is where they live. We're just passing through.
Yeah. Some beauty, big pine trees here, though. It's nice to see. We have an all-girls group following behind us with 2 camp counselors, so we asked about Jess's arm to see if they'd have any more info about it.
Or if they have different meds or something that we could try.
But they just kind of reinforced what we were already thinking, that, you know, if Jess's throat isn't closing up or she's not going into anaphylactic shock, then we shouldn't be too concerned, although it is in the back of our minds at the moment, just, you know, how big that red patch is growing on her bicep there. So hopefully it's just her body being like, what the heck is this? And it'll eventually subside and start shrinking, hopefully throughout the day today.
Mm-hmm.
Made it.
Woot, woot.
Take those from you.
Thank you. We are on the portage into the Barron Canyon, and we have Brigham Chute behind us. What better spot is there to enjoy some lunch? All right, we are at our final paddle of the day. We are just reached the Barron Canyon and we are about to approach camp.
We have carried our gear and the canoe over 2 kilometers so far this morning across 5 portages, and we are just setting in the water on our final leg of the day. We have about a 45-minute paddle to a potential campsite, but we are going to take it easy and just float. It is the Barron Canyon after all. We are going to take it all in and enjoy all the sights of the sheer cliffs, and of course do some fishing along the way. We have clear skies above us. Let's hop in. Well, that didn't take long. First fish. Little fall fish. Fish number 2. All right, there he goes. Number 3, a little bit smaller. There we go, I think I got a bass. Rock bass. Species number 2, rock bass. Let you go, sir.
Ooh, jump, fish jump.
This is so beautiful. Jess, what are you thinking? Can you imagine if one of these trees fell off the cliff, the splash that it would make?
No, but not even a splash, but like, hopefully anyone's paddling here, like.
Oh my gosh, what a beautiful day. We are just paddling past the last of the cliffs here in the Barron Canyon, and we are coming up to the very first of 7 campsites that are along the lower stretch of the Barron Canyon here. We're hopeful that this very first one is open. It actually has a good view up the river of the canyon still. The rest you cannot see the canyon from. And as a bonus, it looked like there might be some good fishing around this spot because we passed by it a couple days ago when we first started this leg of our journey. The rock is so colorful with the orange and the gray, and there was like a tan colored section. And just how you can see all the lines in the stone, just how it's been compacted over the years. Well guys, it looks like our wish was granted. The first campsite is currently open, so we're gonna hop out, give it a look over, and make sure we like it. Well, this is it. What do you think?
Home sweet home.
What do you rate this campsite?
Perfect.
We have a winner for tonight. We're just gonna get the canoe unpacked, get everything up here behind us, and then relax for a little bit. We probably need some liquids. It's smoking hot out yet again today, and there's even a great little swim spot right here as well. So we're probably gonna give that a go. It is a hot one out here today. We went for a swim to cool off, and then we've just got the tent all set up, and now it's time for fishing. So I've been waiting all trip to test out this lure right here. Buddy of mine makes them, Pete's Custom Lures. It is an absolute tank, beautiful looking, and let's go test her out. Fish on. Thanks, Pete. Lure works great. Uh-oh, my foot's stuck. That'll do. That was fun.
Hey everyone, it is the evening of night 5, and it is just me and the million little bugs that are flying around my face right now. They are not biting, but they're a nuisance. Alex and I had a wonderful day today. We did 5 portages, coming in around 2 kilometers. We talked to some awesome camp groups that came by. We swam in a waterfall. We had lunch by the waterfall, and we are sitting at this gorgeous campsite just past the Barron Canyon. This is one of 7 campsites that are along this stretch of the park, and it has a pretty stellar view. Now, I'm sure you're kind of all wondering what is the status with my bite that I got a couple of days ago. All day today, I was feeling fine. The area is still red and a little warm to the touch, but we decided together that we were going to enjoy the day, do one more night, and then head out in the morning, and then head to a pharmacy and kind of go from there. Tonight, after we got all set up, we were relaxing. I went and lied down and was just going to read for a few minutes. And when I got up, I had the tingling sensation back in my hand, which has just got me thinking I should probably get some medical attention sooner rather than later. So we are going to stay tonight. We're going to wake up really early in the morning. We're not going to do oatmeals or anything. We are just going to eat some bars, and we only have about an hour out to the car. Otherwise, I feel great. We had a fantastic day. I can't say enough great things about the Barron Canyon. We absolutely love it here. Honestly, the biggest nuisance to this whole park were so many chipmunks. They are super friendly and really want to get into our food. Other than that, the park is beautiful. Everyone we've bumped into and talked to has just been really friendly and kind. So overall, we've had an awesome adventure. Tonight for dinner, we had a homemade dehydrated chili. It is a staple in our backpacking menu. It is delicious and one of our favorites. But you have to include goldfish crackers. It adds a little cheesy, salty crunch. From the 5 portages that we did today, the difficulty rating I don't think was very high because they were so well traveled. everything was super wide here today, the 5 that we did traveling from Highfalls to Barron Canyon. All right, so that is a wrap for this evening, night 5. We probably aren't going to film too much tomorrow morning just because we're going to be focused on getting paddled out, getting the car packed up and on our way, but we will for sure update you after.
Well guys, here it is, our final day in Algonquin Provincial Park. And I know Jess had mentioned that our plan was to hustle out of here as quickly as we could, not even make a real formal breakfast, just eat some granola bars and get on the water so we could get her some medical attention. However, we couldn't resist just taking a pause, watching a beaver glide by our campsite. So we poured ourselves a couple cups of tea and just sat back and watched the beautiful morning unfold in front of us. And then we decided to strap on our shoes, and we efficiently packed down the tent, jammed all of our gear into the backpacks, and loaded up that canoe and got on that water. It was an absolutely perfect morning for paddling, with glassy flat waters and blue skies overhead, which made it next to impossible to resist the urge to try our hand at a little bit more fishing before taking Jess to get some medical attention.
Oh, fish on. Oh, fish on. Oh no, he came off.
It really didn't take long to reach our first and only portage of the day. A real nice, simple, short one. We'd already come across this once before at the beginning of our trip, so we knew what to expect. We hauled everything out of the water, paused for a quick snack, and then made our way across to the other side of the portage.
That was weak. Give me a
Thanks.
Let's crush it. Last one.
Last one. Thank you. Big blue. last portage complete.
All right, last leg of the journey.
All aboard.
Once on the other side of the portage, we paused to view the shallow rapids that we just carried all of our gear around. However, this meant we were now on our final leg of the journey and there was just a short paddle back to our car. So we knew that this was our final opportunity to catch a fish. So we cast our lines out behind the canoe and began trolling our way back to the car. And then we saw this thing swimming in the water, and we realized it was a red squirrel beelining it from one side of the river to the other.
Fish on, just as we get to the takeout. Just a little one, but I'll take it. Really little. Really little. If I hold it out really far, it makes it look big. That's a wrap.
Then, just like that, we reached the takeout. We pulled our gear from the canoe, lifted it onto our shoulders, and walked it back to the car. It was a weird feeling. 6 days of adventure suddenly coming to an end. We strapped the canoe down, took one last look at the river, and then hit the road. We had planned to go straight to the hospital, but at this point in the day, we were absolutely starving. We'd skipped breakfast, only eating a few granola bars on the water, and then we began to get angry. Our communication starts to break down at this point. That's just something we've learned about ourselves. So, before tackling a 6-hour hospital wait, we made the call. Food first. We found the nearest burger joint, refueled, and then while we were there, we called TELUS Health for some advice. They confirmed what we already suspected. Jess should definitely get her arm checked out. So we drove to the nearest hospital, checked in, and waited. And waited. And 6 hours later, we finally got an answer. Jess had just had a bad reaction. Nothing serious, no medication required, just some time for the swelling to go down. The doctor did suggest some allergy testing, which she's since done, and it turns out she's not allergic to bees. It was just a bad reaction at the time. Looking back, this trip was an incredible experience, one that pushed us, taught us, and reminded us how much we absolutely love being out here. It also made us rethink parts of our backcountry first aid kit. A simple bee sting had us researching a lot after the trip, making sure we were as prepared as possible for future adventures. And if you've made it this far into the video, thank you so much. Seriously, we love sharing these trips with you. If you enjoyed this adventure, please consider subscribing or dropping a comment below. It really helps us out and keeps us motivated to keep doing what we love. That's it for this one. We'll see you on the next adventure.
So that's the plan. Jess is just Maybe I should make sure that's closed. Oh no.
Tonight we had a What is that noise? Didn't sound impressed with whoever it was. You hear that?
It's merganser on the rock right there. He's sitting down.
Oh. All right, Alex and I, blah, blah, blah. Our new blah.
Okay, let's have some dinner. That is super crooked.
And also the color. I think I'm getting bugs. We are on the portage from Barron Canyon into, what's this take me anywhere.
Do you think we forgot you?
Highfalls Lake. Blah, blah, blah.
We got you.
And maybe get some